Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we'll be presenting more global championship battles, and what we have seen. I will skip the second week because it was not against very strong guilds. I will focus on the last week, which has been versus very strong guilds and very relevant teams that we saw there. To provide a little bit of context, what we are seeing more and more, as discussed before, is all Dante Octavia. Okay. And then some people use the version of Sebastian, so the physical and critical hit version. Other people go with magic heroes, which will be like Amira Lian, Amira Jorgen, or a combo in the middle, which is Nebula with Cascade or Nebula Iris with Lian. Is a combo that we sometimes we see, like Dante, Nebula, Cascade, and then this will be Lian and Octavia. Other people, instead of using Lian, they use Faceless. Okay, the good thing of using Amira or using this Cascade Nebula version is you have Sebastian free for your second and your third team, and we will discuss this why it's important. Then the next team that we see a lot is the Tristan Oya. We saw a change, particularly against very strong guilds. Usually people play with Kayla or they play with Jasmine. So we say a change here on not using Jasmine anymore, or Kayla, or Artemis. Like they go with Fafnir, and then they put here tanks that do damage. So things like Galahad or Anchava or Galahad and Clever is the thing that we see. So as you see, this team doesn't have agility heroes, so Fafnir will randomly select one of the heroes and will increase the physical attack of that hero. Okay, it could be the tank itself. For this reason, it's very important to go with Galahad because Galahad is a hero that does too much damage. So as you see here, you will have one artifact of critical hits from Oya, one of armor penetration from Tristan, and one physical attack from Galahad. You will have two tanks in front of Tristan, so Tristan will get energy, and then Fafnir will increase the physical attack of any of the heroes. So we see a lot of more and more this team. And then for third team, we usually see Magic team with Astaroth, Faceless, Sessa, Aiden. And then as a fifth hero could be Amira, could be Jorgen, or could be Phobos. Okay, usually doesn't need to be this. Sometimes I see Mojo also. Or another thing that we saw a lot, if because you have Jasmine and Sebastian free, if you have not used Sebastian with Octavia, then we see combos here using Isaac with Julius and maybe Aiden, or other weird combos with Astrid. You can put Astrid here and then you can go with Julius here, and if I find Julius here, and then maybe Isaac here, or any damage healer here, like maybe Daredevil or something like this. We saw also this type of teams around. Okay, so let's go to the battles. Like today, very interesting. We are playing against Sudden Death, which if you don't know him, I will recommend to search him in YouTube. He's very good. Okay, so we are playing against his guild. Anyways, let's see what happens. I will go directly, as I mentioned, to the last week. Okay, one important thing is I make a huge mistake yesterday, and because my fault, we lost for 4 points. So we could have been in, I think, Duke 20 in the top 20, and maybe in the future, if we got lucky, fighting against, try to enter Royals. We will not do it because we are in position 700. So we are in 700 servers. So we are very new guild. It's only 1 year guild, so it's going to be almost impossible. But trying to be in the top 20 could have been amazing, but I fuck it up. So this is on me. You will see what I did, but same on me, honestly. Anyways, let's go to the first match, and as always, probably last minute. Yeah, I am leave to then. Okay, so the first match is using Anbari against Kark team. Very nice Anbari. I just built Anbari for mainly to fight against Octavia, but I am using now when I see Kark. One important thing, one important trick is use Lucas if you use Anbari. So Anbari, the key of Anbari countering Kark is because Kark pull or knocks up heroes, and when they fall, they receive the damage. If you avoid this knock up, it will not, or knock out, you will not make any damage. So Ambari provides this with his rune. You will see like some stones running around the hero in the bottom in circles. Okay, this is the protection, but it's all the heroes that they are behind Ambari. And why is this important to use Astrid? Is because when Astrid ultimates, she she throw Lucas, or Lucas go to the front of the team. And then one important thing here is we use, you will see a lot of the time you use faceless in card teams, and it's because faceless knock the first hero up and it falls. And when this happens, you will also receive damage, like if it was card. But the important thing is, as you see, we are using Anbari as a first tank. So what usually happens is you go with Anbari only, is Faceless going to push Anbari up to the end, to the end of the team, and then the whole team will not have the protection of Anbari for a period of seconds where Card could do damage and could kill your team. Okay, so to avoid this, what I do is I use Astrid, and then Astrid throws Lucas, and then Faceless is going to pull or to kick out Lucas, and then it will not kick out Anbari. So my whole team will be still protected by Anbari protection. So let's see this match, and particularly focus what happens when first, as you will see, this is the circles I was talking about, and focus when Astrid is going to ultimate now, and how Faceless is going to pull Lucas right now. So Faceless pull Lucas, doesn't pull Anbari, so I am under the protection, and you see Card has not done anything, has not pulled anyone. I am almost full of health, and then it's as easy as this. Otherwise, you have risk here. Particularly is the use Fafnir. Okay. Second team was Anoya Tristan with Sebastian and Jasmine. I don't like too much this team because you are using two good combos together. It's very strong, but then the problem is what are you going to use in the third position? But at the end, you use the heroes you have. Okay, so this was quite straightforward. Then this match, again, what I said before, the faceless Aiden Cesa with Asta, it could be Jorge, could be Amira, could be Phobos. Test your teams against this team because it's now and often are there. Then there is a tough team with Jorge and Aurora. I went with Fire Siblings, particularly because Kayla jumps in the middle and Jorge ultimates over Kayla and not over your team. So it's a manner to counter Jorge. And then I went with Progress here because this team was very weak team. So Progress, what is it? I think it's not worth it to see this match. Let's go to Camelot. Let me see if I am at the end. Most likely. Almost. Okay. Yeah, almost at the end. Okay. The first team, Oya, Tristan, Fafnir, and Jasmine. I went with Adio. I love this team because the marks of Iris will kill practically Jasmine, and also I use Aurora in a manner that is the hero with the lower armor, so Jasmine will try to attack Aurora with the dodge that Aurora has, with Dante dodge additional plus Octavia. It makes very strong or easy to kill this team. Second team was some Luther Kayla without armor penetration. It was Jit there, but I couldn't understand, so I went with my own progress team. And finally, I have the traditional progress team with Astrid. I usually like to play with Iris, okay, because Iris will kill Astrid, but because I was using Iris here, I went with a normal Chaos team with Cesa, Aiden, and using Massey. Okay, let me show you this team because I think it's interesting to see. Adio is it's going to be very fast because I know Adio quite well, so it's going to be like maybe 15 seconds until the end of the battle. So I hope so. I am all right, and you see, that's it, done. 13 seconds. Okay, so you see it's quite quite fast team in attack. Probably my favorite team. Anyways, and the second team, here we have Luther Galahad. This is a tricky team to play against. I went with my own Fire Siblings. Then we have Progress. Sorry, we have Eternity. I see Iris, so I went with Julius. Super straightforward to win this match. Only thing to remember here, always I say, is very careful if you use Progress to don't use Astrid because Iris will kill Astrid. Okay, so avoid Astrid, play with Ginger, that's it. Okay, and finally we have this Progress team with Oya. I went with Adio, quite straightforward to beat this team. I don't think anything here is like super new type of defense team than I see. Okay, so let's jump into the next guild. The party bus. This is a top Duke or maybe Royal guild. As you see, they did all their points. Okay, it's very difficult for us being in 700 server to be able to fight against them, but it's super nice to play against strong guilds because you learn a lot. Okay, so let me go to the first team. So the first team, what I was mentioned before, another Cascade Faceless. Okay, like this is a team that I see a trend now, in particular in strong guilds. Second team, what I mentioned before, they don't use Kayla or Jasmine anymore. You use Galahad with Fafnir, and then you play with Oya Tristan. And then finally, what I mentioned before, this Jasmine Sebastian with Aiden and Julius. You see here how to beat them. I think these three matches are worth it to see all of them. Okay, like this particular team with Cascade looks easy to beat, but it was not easy in all my tests. This is the best I could find, but this was not a 10-0 in the test. Okay, like, I will be honest with you, this was not a 10-0. It was a risky move. And you see, Cascade will be a play between who dies first, Corvus or Cascade. So check the health of both of them. Like, Cascade is going to die here, but my Corvus is going to die. It's question of, if you kill first Corvus before Cascade die, then you will lose. So this is the key here. And despite you lose Cascade, as you see, we still been able to, or the team is still able to hold the line for quite a lot, taking into account that this is a Nebula Dante Octavia team, okay, which is quite strong killing. Okay, and this is game over. The next team, super interesting also. This one here, what I did is I went with Astaroth to burn the energy of Fafnir, and I went with Kayla and Jorge. Jorge to try to reduce the speed of this team. And the reason I play with Kayla is to try to do damage in the center, because I have Chava and another pseudo tank, or three pseudo tanks there, which is Tristan, Oya, and Galahad. I will not call Oya pseudo tank, but she has 500k of health, no armor, but 500k of health. As you see, Kayla didn't do too much here, so there is a risk here that you lost Kayla. But I was able at this point to kill Chava. So at the end, is the team I found I was able to kill. And finally, the how I beat this team here, which is difficult to beat. I went with my own city, with Julius Isaac, and it's almost a mirror match. You just realize the only thing is they play with Aiden, I play with City. Okay, so it's, honestly, it's almost a mirror match. It's the only match I was able to find to be able to beat this team. Important here is my Julius doesn't have the critical hit skin, and they do. So anyways, this was, in my opinion, easy to kill. Julius was the best one, and then with Julius down, this team is relatively easy to beat. Okay, very very interesting teams. And then the next match was versus this. The first team I didn't understood well. I could be wrong. Okay, like, I don't know exactly. I know Poseidon is good, or yeah, with the speed of Nebula is good, but really Cesar doesn't need Nebula. I didn't understood this team. Anyways, the second team was super interesting. Was difficult to beat. I went at the end with super weird team. Honestly, it took me a lot to find the correct team, which is City with Ambari, Dante, Heidi, and Astrid. As you see, this was really a difficult team. I spent like hours to find what will be the correct team. Okay, and finally, another normal old Chava Julius, but instead of using Artemis, they use Kayla. I will go to show the team in the middle. This was one of the this unique Oc- Octavia Dante teams. In that case, they don't use Dante, and this was the advantage. I think this team with Dante could be much more risky. It's a 3D team with Octavia, but I don't know without Dante it really is worth, in my opinion. But anyways, like, it's interesting at least. LC is close, but finally was able to manage to kill the front line, which is the important part. How difficult it is to beat Octavia is incredible. Okay, finally. So this was for this day. Then we went for this one. Let's see what I did here. Don't remember. Again, last minute, probably. No, it was easy. Okay, I didn't understand this. JJ with Corvus and Faceless. I went with Octavia, so I could go with anything. Then the traditional team of Oya Tristan with Fire Siblings and Fafnir. So I went with Nature, Corvus Morgan with Astrid. We have seen videos of this before. And then this particular team, this Morrigan Jorgen, that I only had one team, honestly, that is able to beat it, which is the one using Clever with Jasmine and Sebastian. The idea is do all the damage you can to kill Jasmine, the enemy Jasmine, as soon as possible. Okay, the key is this. For this, Jasmine put Mars, Sebastian for critical hits, then do poor damage, put Clever, because it was the stronger tank. And you see, this is the key. In the first 5 seconds of the match, you must kill Jasmine. Okay, if not, it's a problem. And now it's these 5 heroes versus the remaining, and because you have lost already one hero, it's relatively, Octavia has lost a hero, her ability is not there anymore, so you can beat it. Okay. And then I can show you if you want the version of Fire Sealing with Tristan, Oya, and Fafnir. The idea here is you need to do all the damage you can with Mojo against Tristan for the energy gain that Tristan does. And then you will like Massey to do all the pressure in the front line as you can. Corvus, of course, Corvus and Morrigan is to kill Kayla and avoid the resurrection. Okay. And then here, another Tristan Oya with Jasmine Fafnir, very similar one. So I went with Adio. The other one is what I was mentioned before, but in that case they use Jorgen. So I went with my own progress team with Kayla. And finally, and this is the reason I will not recommend anyone to go with Adio in defense, because the point of Adio in defense is I can go with this Heidi Liam with 3 healers, and that's it. Like, you don't need anything else, and then you are allowing me to have my own Oya Tristan, to have my own Adio, to have everything available, Fire Siblings, Steph Aiden, so I have Kayla. So you allow me to have everything in my set, like Jasmine and this type of things, where in my opinion it's better to put more difficult teams in defense than force you to use good heroes, because here honestly Steph Aiden, any of these heroes are good, are like relevant or top 20 heroes at all. Okay, we can see the video. One funny thing as you see is almost 130 or 120k of difference. I have by this team with 130k of difference. The idea is Lian really, the chance of Lian is really dangerous. Also, Lian does pure damage in one of her attacks, and being in the front line stop all the speed of this team because it charges the whole team. Particularly Iris, when Iris does damage, is completely charged. You see, it's completely all the time charged. So really, Iris doesn't do anything here. Okay, I will go a little bit faster because this is going to take forever. Okay, and then I think this is the last. Yeah, and then the bad day, the day where I really make a mess up. I didn't know what happens here. So I will show you the match and you will laugh. So I honestly saw the teams and I said these teams are very weak. I can beat them. Like, honestly, like this was it's like it was an idiot, and I thought these teams are very easy. I saw Satori with Cesar, no Aiden. I say okay, I go with my own progress with Astrid and Sebastian, and this is easy to beat. Then I say, okay, I can go here with Adio, it's available, and then okay, I can go with Oya Tristan, and that's it, like game over, right? I play with this string. I did the test, and I won 30-0. I play against 3 different teams on strength. I win all the time, 10-0. But then one guildmate with 20k of difference, 20k above me, so a stronger team, used my own team against this, and he lost 6-4. So there is some timing issue here that made me fail. And what I say is I didn't do well. I should have think about this risk thing. Never, ever, ever use Kayla versus Lian or Luther versus Lian. Don't jump on her, because then all the time she's going to stop your attack, and then you have lost the hero. You are going to charge her, and then she's going to ultimate. So you lost a hero, and you are going to charge. You are charging her. So it's the worst thing you can do. And this is what happens here. Okay, this was me being a little bit prick on. Oh, sorry. I would like to see this. What happens here is Iris. As you see right now, I don't know. You can see there the life of Iris. It was almost dead. In my testing, Iris always die. Whereas against this, Iris didn't die and I lost Kayla. Okay, so then it was a completely game over here. Phobos kills Aiden. I don't have resurrection. Everything falls. I have lost. Okay, I will be honest. I should have stopped the match when I saw this and exit the game and enter again. But I don't like this. So we lost. It was my fault because as you see in this match, we lost for 6 points. So again, this is on me. And then let me see where was the other match. And the problem was I wait for the last minute again, 20 minutes before the battle, because they always leave usually my team at the end in case that we need to do a cleanup or something. But anyways, so okay, here we have this Sebastian, but in that case Nebula with Heidi. I went with my own Maya Heidi to beat this team. The second team, the Tristan, Kayla, Jasmine with Fafnir. This is a different team than the usually team we see usually. The thing I saw is, okay, let's go with Corvus Iris, because Corvus Iris with Morgan does a lot of damage against Jasmine for the mark. It does also a lot of damage against Kayla. And then with Dante, we will be able to put pressure. And then Octavia Dodge will help the team to don't die. A little bit risky. I lost Iris because Iris is a weak hero in health. And then the last team was a Chaos team, so I went with my own Tristan, Oya, Fire Siblings. Again, very close team, very close match, because I love Tristan. I should have not lost Tristan. I will show you this match, the Octavia one. As you see, like, the point of Octavia is every time they change one or two heroes, you need to go with a totally different team. And this is the chaos of Octavia. In that case, the good thing, I only lost Nebula from the top 4 or 5 teams. Okay, important thing here is I lost Astaroth. Could look bad, but they lost Heidi. So it's not that bad as it looks like, because Heidi is going to start doing damage. Moreover, with the support of Maya and Nebula, and the health of of Maya will allow to health enough and Barry to steal around. Okay, close match. Again, I lost Astaroth, could have gone wrong, but this is what happens. Okay, so I will show you the next match. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So another week more. Now it's difficult because we are fighting Sleipnir, which is it's going to be difficult, but let's see what happens there. So far we are half almost. So let's see. Okay, hope it helps.